And we are live. Hello, coming at you from Green Room 42 in Times Square. My guest is Cooper Jordan of Cooper Jordan Entertainment, who's actually sitting right next to me, as you can see. So that's really exciting. Thank you for joining us, Cooper. Cooper's another panelist for the Another Way Town Hall, which is happening next Wednesday at a WeWork in Soho. You can at 6 o'clock. You can get all the information at www.showgoesonproductions.com and under events. And we are sitting right now at Green Room 42, which is in the Yotel Hotel in Times Square, where Cooper, as an independent producer, has produced, you said, 7 shows this week.
We've done 9 performances.
9.
Our 9th is tonight at 7 o'clock. Yeah.
That's exciting. Okay, cool. So tell us a little bit about where your artistic energies are focused.
Well,
these days.
I'm focused mostly on commercial theater, because that seems to be what's working.
Okay.
As the theater world, or plays and musicals off Broadway, the lower side of New York entertainment, the things that aren't Broadway, $80 to $150 a ticket.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So things that are basically $60 top ticket under.
Okay, cool.
But even that, a lot things generally are falling into the 20, 30 at the most range these days. In terms of what's happened with that. But yeah, so I'm focused mostly on commercial stuff. I have a Rat Pack concert.
So tell us about Rat Pack Undead, because I think that's one of your projects that started how many years ago?
Rat Pack Undead, we did the original workshop in April 2013.
Wow. So it's a really long time. This is a small cabaret show, 3 characters that you originated. And it's hilarious and awesome and adorable and funny. So, and you've been able to keep that alive now for 5, 6, 7, 6 years. Yeah, exactly. You're bringing it back to life. So that helps. And you've been able to do it in a very non-traditional way. So in theater, a lot of times what happens is people's shows, they get it up and they don't know after one run even, and then it's just over. And this piece of art kind of dies. And it was one of the things that I think a lot of theater artists struggle with is trying to figure out how to keep it alive. And you've really nailed that. So can you talk a little bit about what your approach has been to keep the show going?
Yeah,
it's not recorded.
Yeah, I'll be totally honest. We keep show costs low by keeping the amount of people low hopefully without losing the artistic integrity of what we're trying to do. And just focusing on that and making that possible to create a spectacular show with that low of a cast, with the numbers, and being able to tour that out. If you do a show with 3 people, it's usually able to do 2 hotel rooms on the road, which makes it so much easier on the road.
Cool. And you're doing all of this yourself. Do you have a general manager?
No, I do everything myself.
That's incredible.
I do everything myself.
So you're a self-producing artist, which we've talked a lot about.
Absolutely.
And this is your hashtag Another Way. You've been able to put it live, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's an incredible amount of work to do it yourself. I have a great sound tech guy who goes with me on the road to the bigger places, and that's about it.
And your audiences are pretty good, right?
Yeah, we do very well. We focus on the demographics for those things, so it works to really hone in on that. So
the Rat Pack has a target audience, niche audience for sure.
No, we're hitting the senior centers, we're hitting the dinner theaters, the things that are really working.
Smart, very smart, cool. So and one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was that I think you have very successfully, as a producer and as an artist, you've also managed venues and worked in a lot of spaces, not unlike this one, because I don't know how many shows they were doing before you came along.
He's done a huge amount of shows here.
Okay. Right, and so I feel like that's kind of one of your specialties, is really finding these venues and bringing indie art into them, if you will.
Right.
And so with that comes the challenges of navigating corporate America, but not just corporate America, real estate titans, if you will, and the challenges of trying to get, and you've walked the line between the indie artist and the indie art. And these corporate people who really don't understand the arts and really don't care about the arts and don't really even want to understand the arts. So talk to me about that and what that's like.
Well, it's been a struggle because that's really where I've crossed over into commercial entertainment, because the more commercial you get, the more money that comes in.
And that's all these people really care about, right? At least the corporate titans and these people, real estate moguls. Yeah.
So if you can add it with commercial entertainment, and what I like to, I don't really call it anything particularly, but like I have a show called New York's Got Talent, which has been a massive hit.
Right, another huge ongoing hit that he does here at Green Room 42, New York's Got Talent. Maybe you've heard of it. Yeah, which is also supporting artists of every discipline. And a lot of, and you've given out of that, the winners have gotten runs and all that stuff. So go on.
Well, there's been a huge passion on to do that. And so with things like that, I'm able to add commercial entertainment and things like that, so that we're able to actually have keep things running and able to try out smaller things that aren't necessarily so commercial, but have a lot of value in art.
Right,
so,
right. And so, and is that how you approach? Because I also imagine that it's a language difference in some ways, trying to convince these people, these venues you go to. And I have a little bit of experience with this, but I've not been as successful as you have in trying to find these non-traditional venues in some cases and bring theater into them, because theater scares a lot of people. And part of it is communicating with them, you know, like for instance, it takes time to build an audience. It takes time to sell tickets, right? So what's been your experience with that? I mean, I imagine you get pushback.
Tons.
And so what's your argument to them that you're going to make money?
Generally, I mean, the way I started New York's Got Talent is a good example. Is that we started on Wednesdays, which is a technically off night, and we moved to Tuesdays when we moved here, which was extremely successful, even more so than Wednesdays, believe it or not, which was also even thought of as a less night in terms of getting things moving, getting events. So like big venues with so at Times Square we had a bar, and we had all sorts of events on Friday, Saturday, Sundays. What everybody wants to do is Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right, of course.
So then I said, look, I'll fill 6 Wednesdays on it. I'll try it, just give it a chance on it. And it turned out that we were actually doing better on the off nights because things aren't going on in the city as much. Even though you're competing with 500, 600 events every night usually. Yeah. But on a Wednesday, you're not so much. I think you're competing with maybe 100, 200.
Right.
Maybe. So it's so we were able to fill that, and that continued to prosper that way on off nights.
Okay, so off nights. So your niche is like off nights, which is hard though.
I've done this match that we're running. We do matinees on holidays. We've done Columbus Day. We've done we're doing President's Day on February 16th here. Because no one thinks about it. So I like to take risks where people aren't taking them.
Yeah.
And we can see where that plays out. I was able to do that because I have a luxury of that.
Well, right. So now you have a history. You've been able to build a history.
Right.
And a lot of this, right. And this also comes out of these relationships, really, that you've built too, because I think a lot of artists might call up these venues and have these same arguments, but without the relationship, right? So
you have to bring them value here. Things like, I've been doing this for 4 years. Then I come to, they're like, how do we do this on a cheap? I told you it's going to work. But people don't believe people in New York
unless they see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I understand. It's understandable. It's just, that's the way that I continue to do it. We continue to push and continue to get our out there.
Yeah, it never ends.
No, it never. I don't get an ending battle, especially in the country and the economy and everything that's changing rapidly all the time. I don't think it's an ending battle. And New York's real estate market that's constantly going up and shifting.
And you got to keep up, or else you can't survive.
You have to, and you have to go with what's popular.
Right. And really acknowledge that from like a non-judgmental point of view, and be able to leverage it with where your artistic.
Yeah, exactly. I've been working to do that for a long time, and that's a constant conversation.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Okay, and so now you have moved out to Atlantic City.
I bought my house there in Atlantic City. Yes.
Congratulations, it's really exciting. Thank you. And you're moving into that Atlantic City market, kind of.
Whatever
right? Right. And so that's there's a lot of opportunity there. So can you talk a little bit about that? They've been setting up for the show tonight, so forgive the background noise. It's so quiet now, though.
Oh no, now it's good.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
Yes, Atlantic City's been an interesting move down there, and we've I started. I had a very successful magic show in Times Square for 2 years.
Right, magic show, which came out of New York's Got Talent.
Out of New York's Got, yes,
awesome. Yeah, an independent artist who Cooper found through the show. Yeah, go on. And he gave him a run, and brought him out to Atlantic City, right?
Yeah, we did very well there in August. We did a last run when I closed Times Square. We got real estate. We ended up doing very well in Atlantic City for a last show, but it wasn't. It's not the same money as New York, obviously. But I don't think anything is really.
Right.
But
you don't need New York City money to survive.
I don't think
in other markets.
No, I don't think so. Also, Atlantic City, what I've always said is that Philadelphia is the second largest city. No, fifth largest population in the country.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. New York is the largest population in the country. So you have two of the top largest populations in the country. Sandwich this town. So this can work.
Yeah.
But that even more so than New York is more corporate giantish. Corporate giants, those are the base that
Oh, really? Oh, like Vegas. And all their energies go to Vegas and not Atlantic City.
Yeah, and it's really key for them over here to keep the people moving over, keep the tourists going to Vegas from the East Coast.
Yeah.
So it's a struggle. I think if we can convince casinos to invest in entertainment, which Mr. McGowan is very successfully, they're the most successful casino there because they actually lost here on entertainment because they're gambling income. Then this is one of the biggest profit in the East Coast. Mm-hmm. So because of that, and they've seen that with analytics for years now, they do very well with like that. But a lot of casinos, for whatever reason, their egos they don't acknowledge what's happening over there at that casino. I'm not sure why, but that's what I'm currently.
But you're fighting the good fight.
I am.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm trying to get entertainment down there. I'm trying to make it as an out-of-town place so we can move stuff from there to New York. And I've always believed the real reason I'm doing it is I've always believed that entertainment is an economy. And look at Las Vegas. If you look at the history of Las Vegas, and especially New York City, theater and entertainment live has changed the whole with what happened with the economy.
Right,
so people don't go to Vegas anymore. They're like, oh, let's go. I mean, they do, but they go there, and 9 times out of 10, the people get off the plane and go, how many shows can we go see? What shows can we go see? We'll gamble on the way. But there are also people going to shows. People are coming to New York only to see shows. That's
right. Of course, but then how do you address the fact that people don't really go to off-Broadway anymore? They only go to Broadway. And so how do you support the indie artists?
Well, they're singing off-Broadway entertainment in Vegas. I think
are there a lot of indie artists though in those Vegas venues, like with smaller shows, or are we seeing like Cirque shows and so on beyond?
Well, there's 500 seats there. Cool. Do very well.
Okay.
Booked and everything else. So that's the kind of mindset I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
City. I've actually started something called the New York City Producer Alliance.
Fantastic.
And then it's like 5 of us getting together, hopefully once a year, and we have a collective interest as New York producers.
Yeah, cool.
New York producers who are working to bring content to Atlantic City.
Great.
From Atlantic City to New York and face it out of it.
I love it. Yeah. Here's an interesting question for you.
Oh, I love that.
Do you consider yourself an artist? Because you're so clearly a producer.
Oh God.
Because I do.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to. Oh no, I really don't know the answer.
Fascinating. I think part of the reason why you don't know the answer is because of the artistic mindset, which is why I think you are an artist. Because I think even as a producer, there's an artistic mindset of, just keeping art alive. And producers have that, and they have this passion of wanting to see original indie talent and content. And that drive and that passion, I think, is an art. And what you're doing, especially, is you're bringing it to kind of newer venues. You're creating new paths and new markets.
Sure.
And that is an art, I think.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
I'm
glad to do that.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So kind of thinking of that, do you have any advice for any other artists or producers that are kind of trying to just starting out and maybe trying to pave their own hashtag another way?
Find a venue. You got to take risks in terms, and I don't just mean that in the general sense. You got to take risks. You've got to go against the grain. And what's not
Absolutely.
It's actually pretty simple. It's a risk, but it's where I found most of my success. I'm going to look at what's not working and go to my places that are in the opposite, or have it do the opposite.
I love that. That's so entrepreneurial of you. You're such an entrepreneur. I agree.
There's still tons of, it drives me crazy. It drives me bananas. There's still tons of cabaret venues in New York. All I mentioned that.
But they're closing rapidly.
Well, they have to hire them because the real estate market and the small market, Netflix and all that kind of stuff. So they're closing rapidly for that. But also, companies a lot of stuff. It's not the go-to
now.
And this place we're at now, it's a very successful place because they don't have to do their own. They're actually getting, and I see it in all the that they're getting more business.
Yeah. Hello. We have a lovely vacuum cleaner who's joined the interview. But that's okay. We are going to wrap up so they can finish here. That's a whole nother topic in and of itself, though. I think the 2-drink minimum was born in response to struggling businesses who were not necessarily thinking overly creative. You know what I mean? Or artistically. So again, that's a whole bag of worms there. But there was something else I was going to say.
Why it's going up the way now.
Well, it didn't work. It didn't work. I think the 2-drink minimum didn't work because then he got people angry because it was no longer about the art.
Right.
Exactly, and the art has gotten lost. And then if it's not about, if it's not about the art, then you can't. How do you sell it? You know what I mean? The people who are going for the art, it's gone. But
very hard.
Anyways, again, that's a whole nother conversation. So we're gonna wrap up. Just a reminder that Cooper is going to be joining us on the panel next Wednesday at 6:00 in a We Work in Soho hashtag another way, because he's found his another way to continue producing in a very difficult environment. And we want to help other people find their own another way. And we also want to hear from you about what your struggles are. Because I think Cooper has it spot on when he says he's looking at what's not working. Oh, that's what I was going to say, is that I think also when you're doing that, because there's a lot of voices in the market that say, oh, you have to do it this way. You have to do it. That's what happened with the 2-drink minimum. It was like, oh, that's the solution. And everyone starts doing it. And then it's not authentic and it's not working. So, yeah. So I think that's spot on. So
it's not for sustainability. It's not for sustainability.
Exactly. Word. So you can see all the information about the town hall at www.showgoesonproductions.com. Cooper Jordan, last words.
Thank you so much, everybody. We're excited about Wednesday and can't wait to see you on Wednesday.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Emelina.
Yeah.